Hello everybody, how are you doing? This is your girl Passion. Welcome to my channel Passion for Life. If this is your first time, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video. This video is going to be a little different because I'm going to tell you about my reaction to the COVID vaccine. So a couple of days before the vaccine came to our hospital, I had put a post on Facebook and I said, I'm seriously thinking about taking the vaccine. And a lot of people, I got a lot of comments and stuff, and people were really open and honest about how they felt about taking the vaccine and this and that and this and that. I work in healthcare. I work in a long-term care facility, and if I ever caught COVID and gave it to one of my patients or a family member or something like that, I would feel devastated. And the way I feel about the vaccine is that, okay, so back in the day, you had polio and mumps and measles and all this stuff. Somebody had to be first. And if I know from being a nurse, I know that when I take the vaccine or when I took the vaccine, they are not giving me COVID-19. So let's say hypothetically worst comes to worst and I end up with COVID. That's a one chance, two shots, one chance. But when I go out here every day and walk around people, I have my mask on, but a lot of people don't have their mask on. So I feel like I'm more at risk then than getting it now. So anyway, I called and made an appointment at my job to get the vaccine. And initially she said, well, we got an appointment next week, such and such and such. And I said, okay, that's good. She said, hold on for a minute. Let me check. I think I might have an opening. And she said, oh, yeah, I do have an opening tomorrow. So let me see. Today is Sunday. So I took the vaccine Tuesday. I think I took the vaccine Tuesday. So, excuse me. I go and, they do all this stuff, just like whatever. So she gives me the shot. She said, what arm, right or left? I said left. She gives me the shot and she says, well, you need to sit here for about 15 minutes. We just need to monitor you and make sure everything is okay. I was like, okay. So I'm sitting there and my arm, well, immediately when she took the needle out my arm, it's like I could feel that muscle where she in that muscle where she put the needle at. It didn't hurt when she stuck the needle in, but it's like as she was putting the medication in my arm, it's like I could feel it. So she came back about 6 or 7 minutes later. She said, are you okay? And I said, my arm is like tingling. And she says, what do you mean? I says, like tingling from my shoulder all the way down to my hands. So she was like, hold your hands out. I held my hands out. She said, squeeze your hands. And she told me to do this and told me to do this and all that. She says, well, just sit here. We're gonna keep an eye on you. Just sit here. Now, at that point, I had on my lab coat, So I got hot. I got so hot and sweaty. So I took my lab coat off and I'm sitting there and she comes back and she said, how are you? I said, I'm hot. I said, do people ever say that they are hot? Does it make them hot? Like flashy hot? And she says, yeah. She says, let me take your vital signs. So she took my vital signs, everything except for my temperature, and my vital signs were fine. So at this point, it's like 8:30. My appointment was for 8 o'clock. So if they gave me the shot like 8 o'clock-ish, my first 15 minutes would have been 8:15. And now this is like 8:30. So my arm is still just like tingling. I just, almost like when your arm go to sleep, but it was just tingling. So she come back and she says, how are you doing now? And I said, there's no difference. My arm is still tingling. And she said, well, you can go to the ER here and they can monitor you in the ER, or you can go and contact your PCP and let them follow you to see what's going on. So I said, okay. So I go back to my unit and I talk to my unit manager. And while I'm in there talking to her, I just get hot and flustered and my nose started running and tears were coming out of my eyes and I kept coughing. I was like, what the hell is going on? And she was like, well, just calm down, just get yourself together. And I was like, coughing, nose still running. I mean, just all of a sudden, and tears coming out of my eyes. And I'm wiping my eyes, I'm wiping my nose. I got my mask on, I'm coughing. And, she's like, well, you can go ahead and go home and, contact your doctor and da-da-da, this, da-da, that. So I called the doctor's office and I told them what was going on. They said, well, the doctor will call you back. So he called me back and he says, what's going on? So I told him exactly what happened. So he said, do you have any facial swelling, numbness? Is your tongue swelling? Is your mouth swelling? I said, no. He said, you're having a reaction to the vaccine, but it's not an allergic reaction. He said, the vaccine is full of nasty stuff. That's just what he said. And he had took his first vaccine the day before. And he told me his arm was so sore he couldn't even lift it over his head. So he says, the vaccine is so new, we have no precedent to compare it to for anything else. He said, but maybe the combination of the medications that you take and the vaccine just had a reaction to each other and it made you feel that way. So he said, if the numbness and the tingliness keep going and you feel it in other parts of your body, or if you're having breathing problems or any type of swelling, go to the emergency room. Other than that, take you some Tylenol, Advil, aspirin, whatever, and just rest the arm. And that's what I did. When I went home, I laid on the couch and I just didn't feel myself. I felt like I was like in a daze. This is before I even took any medicine. I felt like I was in a daze. And when I went to work that morning, I was okay. I was like hyped. Hey, it's gonna be Christmas and stuff like that. But just when I took that shot and my arm started taking, I just got like a blah. I don't know. Well, the next day when I woke up, I was fine. No numbness, no tingling. I couldn't even tell where she had put the needle in. I am scheduled to take my next shot on January the 13th. And I'm a little nervous about how I'm going to react to that. But at least I know I'm prepared because I could have a reaction. They say the day that you have the shot and the day after, you shouldn't work. I don't know why. And I'm off the day I take the shot. I'll go to the hospital and take the shot. And the next day, I'm scheduled a doctor's appointment for something else. So, that works out good because if something goes on, I can just talk to the doctor there. But I just want to talk to you and tell you guys my reaction to the COVID vaccine. I still don't feel no negative type of way. I'm still going to go through and have my second shot. But if any of you know someone or if you personally took the COVID vaccine and you had some type of reaction or anything to it, let me know. Because I've seen stuff on TV where people got Bell's palsy, and I saw the nurse that had got it and she was talking and she fainted. And I guess just different people react different ways. And I don't know how this is going to, what kind of effects this is going to have on my body long term. And I mean, I took it. My job doesn't make you take it. It's not mandatory. It's just something I did to protect myself. So, just let me know. Comment below. Like I said, if you know somebody that had a reaction or anything to this COVID, or just let me know your feelings on the vaccine, and I will definitely come back with a follow-up part 2 after I take my second vaccine. Thank you. Subscribe, like. I love you. Smooches.